Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog hockey, and with us, Associate Head Coach Drew Famulak. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know it's hard to believe hockey season's just another week or so away, and I know you're looking forward to what should be a great year for the Bulldogs.
Well, we're excited, obviously. You know, you go through the summer and your preparations, and you want to see how your young kids now are going to mix in with your veterans, and we're in the process of doing that right now.
Talk about what your guys did in the off-season here and the time they put in to get ready and prepare for this season.
Well, mostly in the off-season, they're working with Dave Sensor, our strength and conditioning coach, and just trying to heal up, get ready, get bigger, faster, stronger throughout the course of the summer. And we'll start to really get involved with our kids starting this morning, and then moving forward into our first game here in a couple weeks.
Before we get into that first game and more of the season ahead, obviously a great event that took place this past weekend on Sunday at Griff's Ice House in partnership with the Griffin's Youth Foundation, Bulldog Showcase. Just talk about what that event meant.
Well, I think it just builds upon the relationship that we have with the foundation. It was great to bring our guys down here. They got to work with the youth. The youth got to see our kids play. And like I said, I think it's just a tremendous, anytime we can bring Ferris State University down to Grand Rapids to not only showcase our program, but Ferris State University in general.
Certainly it continues a great partnership with the Griffins, and I know they've had a lot of Ferris connections over the past. Jeff Blashill, the head coach, Chad Billins, Scott Zarnows, and others have played with the Griffins.
Yeah, and Pat Nagel's in their system right now, so obviously we're looking forward to watching him and his development as well. But there is a great relationship there, and like I said, Coach Daniels really wanted to build upon that relationship, and it's probably something that we'll do in the future as well.
Chance to interact with coaches, a coaching clinic, autographs, really the whole gamut that took place in conjunction with that.
Yeah, it's just a chance not only to help out the Youth Foundation, but coaches in general. We're always doing those types of clinics to show what's going on at our level and the levels above us, and maybe how that can be put into the Youth Foundation, and getting kids to become better players and have a passion for the game, and just love the game of hockey in general for moving forward.
Well, you mentioned Pat Nagel earlier. Obviously 6 or 7 Bulldogs that have taken part in NHL preseason camps. What does that mean for the program?
Well, I think it just shows where our program has been, the success, that people are recognizing us not only regionally but nationally and globally, with some of our recruiting efforts now spanning over to Europe. So those are just things that we look at in terms of how can we become better, and what's going to make our hockey program better.
Obviously this season ahead, tough schedule as always, and the one nice thing is you've got a lot of home games here right out of the bat.
We do. It's just the way the schedule worked out this year, and we're excited. I think we have 20 or 21 home games. And mostly for the month of October we're at home, whereas in the past we've been on the road. So we're looking forward to getting a lot of kids in the lineup, get our freshmen in the lineup, see where they're at when you're playing a real opponent, and see what we need to do to get better once we hit league play at the end of October.
Obviously it starts off October 6th, an exhibition game against the U.S. under-18 national team, and they're guided by I know a friend of yours, and Seth Appert.
Yeah, and Seth actually is going to be working with the younger team this year. But we set this up, and we'll have them for this year and then again next year. But there was 5 or 6 players on that U.S. team that are going to be first-round draft picks, and you're going to have the consensus #1 in Jack Hughes. And if people want to see how good he is, it's going to be a great time to come and watch. He will be the #1 overall pick in my mind in the NHL draft come next June. So people are going to want to come out and see him.
Obviously that matchup, and then an exhibition game against Lethbridge out of Canada the following day. How do those help prepare you for the season opener on October 12th against Western Michigan?
Well, what we want to do is get everybody in the lineup, provided that they're healthy and ready to roll. So those are going to give us an opportunity, back-to-back nights like we would see in conference play versus maybe just one game. And we probably get both goalies in, maybe all 3, but it's just a chance to get everybody up to speed in terms of what they're going to face for the weekend later when Western comes in.
Tell us a little bit about what fans can expect to see in terms of the style of play on the ice with the talent you have coming back.
Well, we were just talking about that. I think that we've upgraded our skill sets. I think that we're going to have a little more offensive flair. Now, with that being said, we also realize that we have to become better defensively as a unit of 5 out there. So those are some things that we're going to be looking forward to and trying to improve upon here in the next 10 to 12 days before we start. And I think if you look at it, we want to improve on our power play. We want to improve on our penalty killing. And those are just some things that, as time goes on and what personnel can be on those units, that'll start to materialize here in the next month.
Obviously, as you go into the season, talk about the freshmen and the adjustment they've been able to make here to the college game early on.
Yeah, and we haven't really, like I said, done much with them yet, and that's going to start this week. But in terms of their the physical testing, the physical strength, they've come a long way. They're probably a little bit ahead of where we have been as a group with freshmen, which is good to see. They're a little bit older. So what we want to do now is see, okay, let's see where they're at on the ice. And yesterday we got the first taste of, with a little bit of a scrimmage that we had, was, okay, how are they going to fit? What positions are they going to fit? And where can we effectively utilize them? Obviously
a challenging schedule. The WCHA expected to be another tough race. Just talk a little bit about the conference and what you see out of the competition.
Well, it's hard. Every game is a battle. Every game seems like it's got playoff implications right from day one. So the games that we win in October are every bit of importance as the ones that we're going to win down the stretch in January and February. And we just want to make sure that we get off on a strong start.
Obviously, 10 of the first 12 at home, counting the exhibition schedule. And I know some tough opponents coming in the non-conference schedule with Western Michigan. You got Michigan State in there. Really entertaining hockey for the fans.
Very good. We got the rivalry with Western. That'll be exciting as usual. And then obviously Michigan State comes in, and that'll be a home-and-home series. And we're looking to extend that relationship with them in the future. And we also have Mercyhurst coming in, and they're a top team in Atlantic hockey, which is, they've done a great job. They're well coached. So we feel that by playing those non-conference games, it's going to get us battle tested and ready for the WCHA.
Obviously, you have to have a strong senior group. Talk about this year's senior class and their leadership.
Well, and it's going to start with Corey Mackin. He'll be our captain. He's not only talented on the ice, but he's a very good leader away from the rink and in the locker room. And you start putting in Trevor Rechtenwald and Riker Killens and Zach Tierney and some kids that have been around and have played at some NCAA games and some high-level games. It definitely helps lead the younger kids, and they can say, okay, this is what we need to do to get to where we want to be.
What do you see as some of the strengths for your team here as the year goes on?
Well, I think I hit on it earlier. I think we're going to be better offensively. Now, like I said, we just going to have to learn how to maybe be a little more effective defensively, not necessarily tweaking too much, but just when we're around the puck, being a little more effective and trying to break us out a little bit cleaner than we have in the past. But I like where we're at in terms of our overall game. Now it's just a matter of who fits into one piece and how can we then meld that piece into being very highly successful.
Well, Coach, looking forward to another exciting season of Bulldog hockey, and thanks for being with us here today.
Hey, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.